kind of a windy day in Saskatchewan, but we wanted to kind of go on an adventure. I've lived in Saskatchewan since 2007 and never had the opportunity to get down here. Right now we are at the Forks, which is probably about 20 minutes outside of Prince Albert. Cue ball went down the embankment there. It's kind of crumbled, so I let him take the chance. If he wants to take a couple photos, go for it, but I'm not going down there. So if you can see, Darla and I are just gonna go over to the sign here and have a look at down the river embankment, which is actually really pretty. It was like a wagon trail getting down here, lots of grids. Drove my Xterra today because yeah, it's just better. So let's give you a little glimpse of where we are today. The Saskatchewan River Forks recreation site. There's my Xterra. It's nice, this little walking trail up there. And then this is the road that we had to take in. Darla's pulling me, so let's see if we can see some river over here. It's really pretty. The leaves are already changing color here. There we go. So what the forks are is where the south and the north Saskatchewan rivers meet. We're actually trying to find Colle Falls today, is where there is a dam that they were supposed to make a electrical power station that failed. So is it ever a beautiful day today? It's going to be one of the last warm days before October comes, and when October comes, we know what that follows. That follows snow. But here we go. Here is part of the river. It's quite pretty. So they kind of have a little park set up here with some little trails. And there seems to be like an outhouse bathroom facility here. I'm sure that it's still open because of the time of year, but it's very pretty. Like there's picnic tables and they have some little fire pit areas. Had I known this was out here earlier, I probably would have suggested us come out for a picnic throughout the season earlier in the year, but it is what it is. So we're just gonna meander down here and see if there's any good photo shots we can get. This is part of the wagon trail to get out here. Now we're trying to go back to Colle Falls. Cue ball's brother told us that we missed the turn, so we're trying to get back there now. Hopefully there's a sign this way. Not very many things are marked. That's what happens in Saskatchewan. Okay, I think we found it. We actually did take this road almost all the way down to the riverbank. Turns to sand, so we turned around and we're thinking this trail that we saw on the way down is where we need to be. We left Darla in the car because I don't think it's going to be safe for her. Quite the mound, and we don't have a walking stick. What? Oh. Oh well.
We did that to stop it.
We're currently, like, you can't see it on the camera, but we're going downhill. This is why it's slow going. she's deep there. I think I always put my hikers on. You should have followed me where it was dry. Please don't be like this woman. Wearing flip-flops. Wear some hiking boots.
Have a nice day.
You're muddy all up your leg.
Am I? Yeah.
So we made it to Colle Falls. There really isn't a falls here. You can see the water rushing down there, but at one time, Prince Albert, Saskatchewan was trying to build somewhat of a dam and use this water source for electricity to power the area. But this is as far as they got across the river, and the whole idea kiboshed because they ran out of money. We made it, and this is Cue Ball's home quarters growing up as a kid. You have anything to say to the camera, Cue Ball?
This was supposed to be Prince Albert's attempt at having cheap electricity, as she already said, and PA was going to be the center of Saskatchewan, which now is either Saskatchewan or Regina, depending on your opinion. And they had it over 40,000 people back at the turn of the century, and Prince Albert's never really grown past that. And a lot of the reason is this, because they were in debt until the 80s. It took them basically 80 years to pay this thing off, and it was just a big disaster. It's too bad it didn't work, though. Prince Albert would have been a much different place.
Thanks for the slice of history. Thanks for joining us on our little adventure to the Saskatchewan Forks and coming to Colle Falls. Another piece of history for you from Saskatchewan. So there's another man on the trail, and he found a side trail that we just came down, and actually at the water's edge on the opposite side. This would be what, the west side?
Yeah.
This is the west side of the river, and there's beautiful driftwood on the beach, and it's actually sandy, but wow, what a beautiful, like, kind of secluded area back here. But one of the wonders of Saskatchewan.